Yo, what's up, everybody? I need to just pop this chat out. What up, Mr. 305? What up? Go ahead and get this going. How y'all doing this evening? All right, go ahead. If you haven't done it, hit that thumbs up button. I do appreciate it. And I will post this in a group. Go ahead and share the post. So there you go. Go ahead and jump in the Facebook group. You can share that post. Mr. Ronald, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate the support. Miss Angela holding down for the Chi-Town. What up? I am not using a new computer right now. I'm still in the process of setting that up with everything. I wanted to get on the air and do a video, and but it's coming along. I'll probably be doing videos on that one next week for sure. But I'm doing this one old school with Google Hangouts, and this is how I started doing videos. I did videos like this for like 3 months. Probably should have never changed. But let's see. To where I was just literally, I just had like a a window, a Explorer window, and I was just screen sharing. And this is how I did videos for like 2 or 3 months when I was first starting. None of that fancy stuff. I started getting fancy, and everything fell apart. right, we can move. That was good. That's good. Boom, boom. I know it's late, so we don't have to worry about doing like a countdown or anything. I'll probably just jump in and knock this one out. I'll tell you what, we'll do one quick chart though. That way, you know, you guys can still get something. ATL Courtney Patterson, what up? Honestly, I don't think Ripple's a very good coin, especially to hold. You have to think about, why are banks in business? Banks aren't in business to make you money, right? So if you think holding Ripple is going to make you money, then, you know, you don't understand what banks actually do. So I don't have any Ripple. I had it for a while it was going up. You know, once that 7 crossed that 77, I'm out. I don't need it. So let's do this. Let's see, what coins do you guys want to see? Or what chart do you want to see? Also, this is my page on TradingView. I have a link in the description. I can throw it in on the, let's see here. I can throw it in on the chat as well. Hold on. There you go. People want to see EOS. That's cool. Let's do that. All right. So what I'm going to do first, everybody's asking news about EOS. Is EOS on Bittrex? So one of the easiest things I found, if you just type it into Google, jump over to news, see what people are saying about it. Doesn't look like, you know, anything relevant to being listed on an exchange. So that should not affect the accessibility nor the supply, right? And so now we can jump over and look at our chart. So again, this is TradingView. I do have a link in the description, and the #1 comment on this video for everybody just getting set up. You can type in on Google chart like a boss. And there you go. Top 2, you know what I'm saying? Top 2 spots on Google. Boss method. I walked through this methodology to make money using fractal harmonics, conscious geometry, and a little bit of wherewithal in the markets. So what we're going to do now is check out EOS. And it looks like it's on Bitfinex and Binance. I do not see Bittrex listed on here. I'm going to go to Bitfinex because I think that's a little bit more longevity, more data to look at. So first thing we want to do, I'll look at this on a 4-hour chart. That way anybody, you know, with a free account can view it as well. First thing we see on a 4-hour chart, this is basically like a classic, you know, cup right here. It's a huge breakdown, huge breakout. We're probably going to have a handle right there. And then we're going to be off to the moon, you know, probably midway through the summer. But given our methodology, you know, that is speculation. That's not guaranteed at all. What is guaranteed is the fact that once we break under, oh, and it's actually really good that we're doing this chart, because this will actually feed into the chart I'm doing for this video. But once we break under there, once that 7 goes under that 77, and then the 77 turns around and comes down, that's not good, right? So now EOS is basically in limbo land, right? With the 7 in between the 77 and the 231, this thing is going to have to make a decision here in this next part of the cycle. And if Bitcoin does pull back, that means that we'll probably go down there. If Bitcoin is able to sustain, then we'll go up there. But it doesn't stay here. You know, these charts aren't designed to stay out of sequence. This is actually a bullish divergence to where the quick money, the 77 and the 7 are going up. I'm sorry. The quick money, let's take that back. The quick money is actually going down. 77 and 77 are both going down. The long money is going up. 231 is going up. And we actually saw some of that in these news articles here. Check this out. One person said EOS killing Ethereum, right? Ethereum killer, right? So some of the long money, you know, is in EOS for the long term. They won't sell it right here, right? Versus the day traders, they're like, EOS sucks. Get out, get out, get out, right? So now we have all this convergence on this little bitty zone right here. And actually you can see that that was actually what caused that right here. Quick sellers shorting it, long buyers buying it. And so what I see happening ultimately is we'll probably find some nice happy little medium right there. If we just did a Fibonacci, I've never done this before, but if we did one from there to there, brought it up top, look at that. That's where we're, that's what we're looking at. To where this 1618 is the ceiling right now. We've broken down, but we're still north at a 0.5. As long as we're north at a 0.5, then we have more positive energy than we do negative energy. Once we get below that 0.5, then we're in full scale reversal mode and it becomes a breakout formation. This is a continuation formation that I've charted this on. Even though I charted it down as a correction, up as a continuation. I've extended that to this part of the chart right here. And we see we're coming right on top of the 618. We'll probably test that 0.5 pretty soon. But I would say, given, you know, my knowledge of the chart, that will come in there and then we'll probably break down. So I would look to buy EOS somewhere down there. Right. I think the short sellers, because we have the 7 and the 77 with negative sentiment, I think the short sellers are going to short this thing, basically sell it into the ground to decrease the incentive, you know, that the holders have, that the investors have. And that's going to be pretty close to the price that they agree upon. If you can buy this thing under 88, I think that's a fair price for it. You know, but I wouldn't look for this thing to return to, you know, 120 tomorrow. That's not going to happen. This is in full scale correction mode. And so now you want to look to buy it as close to the bottom as possible. That's why we go back to this major point over here, given these two variables right here. And we can see that if you're able to buy it at 86, then the next time it actually breaks out, won't be anytime soon. Probably until the middle of March. Once this thing actually breaks out, you could be looking at 40%, you know, on one quick move of the cycle. So altogether, not a bad coin, not one of the best ones in the market for sure. This is not a safe haven coin. The video I do tomorrow are going to be on safe haven assets. This is not one of them. This is basically a coin that went up a lot, you know, first couple months of the year. Last couple months of last year went up a lot. Let's see what that percent is. That's huge money right there. That's crazy. right? 1,000% in 3 months. Goodness gracious. Wall Street wish they could do something like that, you know? And so now we're looking at a little bit more of a correction, probably get an oversell consolidation right here. Once some of those long money players get out, we should be able to buy it somewhere between 94 and 88. And then on the next breakout, you can take it north of 120, right? So there you go. That's EOS. It's not a bad coin, not a great coin given today's conditions, but if you want to play it, that's your strategy right there. We got Miss Juan Carlos or Mr. 305 and Miss 90 Crypto in the building. Shout out to 90 Crypto. She's actually going to be helping out with some of the one-on-ones. She's officially, you know, boss certified to teach the boss method, and so we got her set up on the website. I'm going to be going through that at the end of this call, but basically, you know, you can book you a session with Miss 90 Crypto, Diana Rodriguez, right there. So let's go ahead and make this money. I got to pull up your page so I remember to show it on the before we get out of here. Again, guys, make sure if you haven't done it yet, make sure you jump in the Facebook group and share this post right there. When I come back, all I'm doing is refreshing this page and I'm picking a winner. So make sure you share it if you want to be one of them. And again, the group is #1 Bitcoin group in the world, right? So you just type in #1Bitcoin and that will pop us up. Let me grab a little bit of water, and when I come back, we'll be getting started in about 30 seconds. Like my man, Mr. 305 said, Hulk, smash that like button. All right, all right. Boy, oh boy. Long day, guys. Long day. So Ms. 90 Crypto says she just cleared the board. Again, we will go ahead and pick a winner right now. My people, it's about that time. Live from the USA, hoping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. We doing it old school style. This is how I used to do videos back before I had, you know what I'm saying, all the software. I just jumped on Internet Explorer browser, hit the share button, and made some money. Right now, we see that Bitcoin bounced a little bit, you know, sitting around 7,800. Bitcoin Cash in the shadows, Ethereum holding steady right around 800. And I don't think we're out the woods yet, right? A lot of people saying that, you know, we bounced up lower lows and higher highs. And problem is when you go from 18,000 down to 8,000, that's a major shock to the market. And you don't recover from that, you know, in 18 hours. This is your first time tuning in. Congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK. You know me as the crypto trader. I am the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get to profit as a result. And today is no exception. So with that being said, we will jump into our Facebook community right now and see who we have rocking out live on the air. All you need to do if you want to win some free Bitcoin from my wallet to yours is share this post right there. The /1 Bitcoin group in the world. We got 20 shares. Let's go ahead and load that up and get somebody paid. What's the date? Today is 2/7. So we will go 9 from the bottom. 2 + 7 is 9. So let's count out 9 people right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Crypto Hub. Bam! Congratulations, man. You are our winner of the day. Hit me up and I will shoot you a couple bucks of BTC as a token of my appreciation. Thank you, you know, for sharing the post and spreading the love. Every month I give away a couple $100 out of my pocket just to the fam, to the community, because they said it ain't no fun if the homeboy don't get none. You know what I'm saying? And when I come through, they call me Santa Claus because I always come bearing gifts. So that's my gift to you guys, is some little bit of knowledge and know-how in the markets to make you some money. The banks are giving away free money. All you got to do is use the boss method. Let's make some of it right now. Will Ethereum crash? It depends on the definition of the word. I think we're past due for a little bit of adjustment with some of these charts, right? Many of the charts are underwater, struggling, tanked, you know, looking like they're decent buys at the moment. Ethereum is not one of them. But as we will see, it may be running out of steam, right? So if you don't like choppy waters, if you just want to ride the tide and look fine from the sideline, then, you know, it might be a good time to jump off the Ethereum boat, because the water might be getting a little choppy pretty soon here in the near future. This is what we're going to do. We are going over to tradingview.com if you like, and you are just now, you know, coming over to the money team. What I did is I put together a TradingView profile. That's my name right there, BD Kelly 1203. I will paste a link in the chat for everybody in the chat right now. I have a link in the #1 comment on this video and in the description. You click that link, you come join me on TradingView, and I post all these charts, you know, showing y'all how to make this money. So this is tradingview.com. The moving averages that we're using is called the boss method. It consists of 3 moving averages. The white is a 7, the blue is a 77, and these columns, the shaded area, is a 231, right? We use the intersections of these moving averages to determine what's going to happen, you know, how we want to correlate the information. And essentially, it's one rule, guys. We just look at the intersections between the 77 and the 7, white above blue. See that right there? When that white go above that blue, you know what to do. Jump on the money team, get your ticket, jump on the money train, and let's go to Cash Town. Time to get paid. Bam! It happens more often than not, you know, given the circumstances. That's when you make money. When the 7 goes above the 77, you buy it. When the 7 goes below the 77, you sell it. You give that money back to them circle jerk boys on Wall Street. Tell them you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? And we go looking for the next chart. So here we go. Here we go. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but that's basically it. If you just ride this thing up, and Ethereum is so clean with the cycles, like literally, if you would just ride it up sometimes on some of these little bitty trends that it has, just on the 7 and the 77, you know, you could have made, let's see, let's count it up. 330, 30, that's like 370 plus, that's like 500%, you know, in 2.5 months on Bitcoin, right? So you put down 1 Bitcoin, you take out 5. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. This is fractal harmonics. This is conscious geometry. This is everything in the universe exists as a cycle and a precursor to something that happened before it and something happened yet to come, right? So for example, this cycle right here actually gave us that point right there exactly, right? And if you don't believe me, you know what I'm saying, just freestyle on a Fibonacci one time. Where do we want? We put it right there, throw it up top. And this was a complete cycle. So we bring it down there, throw it up top. That's it right there, right? So what I wanted to show you with Ethereum is that now we have a situation to where we may be running out of gas to continue going up this hill, right? It's like the little engine that could. Eventually, that little engine go get tired and need to pull into a barn and fill up with some gas, right? And that might be what we're seeing right now, right around that 3.2. This is how it works, you guys. What you see I did is I'm looking at 2 major intersections. Let me clean this up a little bit. The 2 major intersections I'm looking at are the 2 purple circles at the bottom, the start of this cycle and the completion of that cycle. The reason I picked those intersections is because when you look at the 231 behind it, it basically gives us, you know, almost a full parabola, right? That's what you want. That's almost as clean as you're going to get to quote random market data, you know, assuming the formation of a standard probability distribution, right? That's pretty clean. That's almost perfect. And so given that information, I'm going to take that breakout point right there, that breakout point right there, and I'm going to find a line of best fit. I basically just dropped in a trend line right there, right? Boom, boom. That intersection to that intersection. What we see is when I copy, and one thing you can note, that's basically the CAGR of Ethereum. That's the compound growth rate, right? So that takes into account all this information, all those tweets, all those, you know, dev team reports, all those bloggers, you know, all that information between April of last year and December of this year is wrapped up in this line, in this nice pink line right there, right? So as long as we're north of that line, we're good, right? That's basically like the floor, you know, of Ethereum. You can almost put like another one right up under it and just say that's like our double floor, right? Now, what I'm going to look for now are kind of these soft zones of mutual consensus between the past and the present. And so I'll make this a little bit smaller, maybe on that Yeah, I'll just change the thickness a little bit like that. Make it like a softer line. I'll take away one of those. So we don't need that. Right. And this is going to be my first zone that I look at right here. And that's what we just saw, what we started that second breakout point. Notice now, when I put this thing right about there, the floor becomes the ceiling, becomes the floor, right? So you have, almost 4 points of agreement to that boundary. That's a solid boundary. This is called support and resistance, right? Next one I'm going to put is right there. So where, again, we get confirmation, the ceiling becomes the floor, becomes the ceiling, right? Next one I'm going to put is right here. And this is what concerns me a little bit, because I'm looking for points to anchor into. In between there, we have another small one right there. But you notice when you do it right, you kind of get these points of agreement. And so now I got to go all the way up to where the floor becomes the ceiling, becomes the ceiling. And that's where we're at right now, right? So this is a confirmed boundary. This is a confirmed, consolidation point of all the energy. This is a mutual, agreement between the market, this line right here. The problem, and I told you guys, if you go back and watch that video from June of last year, when I jumped on here like a boss and said, don't believe the hype, sell Ethereum now. The problem that we see with Ethereum is the exact same problem we saw back then. And that problem is when you have quick money, right, and long money disagreeing, somebody's got to win. And so right now, the quick money, the 7 essentially, is going down. The 77, which is kind of the day traders on Wall Street, is undecided. That's almost going flat. And the long money loves it. They can't get enough Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? You got them circle jerk boys on Wall Street buying this thing hand over fist, just planning to hold it for the next 5 years, right? That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. That's like a danger sign. Danger, 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 right? And this is why. Because when you have that much of a discrepancy, we just saw this with the EOS chart. If you weren't with me, earlier on the air, I definitely suggest you go back and watch the EOS chart we just did. Basically, what we have forming in Ethereum, inside Ethereum, is this cavity right there. And that cavity is going to need to get filled. What's going to end up happening is this 77 we said is flattening out. That means that 7 is going to do something like that, and more than likely come down to this point of mutual agreement right there. Because that's where the market last had, kind of a debate on how they felt about Ethereum's price. And so ultimately, that's where the market is going to look to catch itself and correct itself. What could happen after that is once we do correct a little bit, and that's not a lot. That's, only like maybe 20% off the top, 10%. That's nothing. But what could happen after that? If this 77 continues and does something like that, that will in turn put downward pressure on the 7. And that could break us down even lower to this next catch basin right there. And that ultimately, I don't think that would be good for Bitcoin at all. And actually, we would go right here. We wouldn't go that low. We would go right here. And if that was going to happen, it would happen right around there. right? So we're looking at either an 11% loss in about 2 weeks or a 30% loss in about 6 to 8 weeks. I'm leaning more on the 11% loss in 2 weeks, simply because you'll have a lot of long-term investors that are really excited about Ethereum. And if they get a chance to buy it at even money, 0.8, for them, that's even money, because this is what they're paying for it right now. In their mind, they're paying 0.8, but the market's charging them 0.1. That's about a 20% premium for the long-term investors. They'll pay that with no problem because they have time on their side, and they don't want the immediate return. But for the day traders, this is not a good situation. This is a quick divergence. It ultimately doesn't result in a full catastrophic collapse, but say the 77 turns over, and the 231 goes flat, and then we get the death cross where the 77 crosses under the 231, then we're looking probably at a 30% correction, and another 2 months to figure it out, and let the dust settle, right? So a lot of people know inside Ethereum and the business economics. I see ETH as the ICO platform. So that's probably why like this, chart is so high to 231, because you got to think about it. All the ICOs are paying all of their employees in Ethereum. And so it's kind of anchored into the market, right? And then someone else said the next issue is the cost per transaction. ETH is too expensive for adoption. And that might be right. That might be why some of the quick players, are selling it, because they're saying, this isn't really what we're looking for at the moment. So there's all these other different, observations on the market. But at the end of the day, ultimately what happens will be predicated and supported by the psychology of the market during these previous cycles, right? One thing we have to remember is that the energy inside this chart at this moment didn't just create itself today. This energy has been dissipated time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. We just receive it. Here it is today, February 7th, 10 o'clock p.m. That's what we see. But that actually, confirmed itself as a legitimate cycle somewhere around the middle of August, right? And, we can pull insight from the exact same situation going back to the middle of June, right? We can easily get another round up here, but at some point we'll see ETH take a major correction. I would think if we break over this hurdle right there, then we'll probably have you could just copy and paste that pink line, and then we just step up, our little boundary zone. And this line would essentially be our new ceiling. Right. But at some point, we're going to get a correction. I just don't know if it'll happen now. But if it does, that's what it'll look out. Probably about 10 to 15%, 2 to 3 weeks versus 30%, 6 to 8 weeks. And this is built into the charts, just basic, fractal geometry and, continuity with the system as a whole. And there you go. Again, I'm not an Ethereum basher. I like Ethereum. I told you just go back to the videos back in the day. I said it wouldn't be worth buying until it was about a nickel's worth of Bitcoin. Let's see what price it hit. Down at the bottom. Bam. You could have got this thing for 2 pennies. So, it's still a legitimate coin, right? And that's about where that first line came back in, right at 0.05, 0.06. And that's what I saw back then. Going off those channels, I figured we were doing a full reversal. We were coming back down somewhere in there. This would be the bargain buy. I didn't realize it would go all the way to the bottom, but if it goes all the way to the top, then that's what that will look like. 14.6, 15.0. I don't see this thing going much higher than 15 on this next near-term cycle. But there you go, right? I hope that helps. You guys just be cognizant of what the past looks like. How did the past work together to predicate the present? And now we can say, okay, well, what's happening in the present and how will that in turn predicate the future, right? Everything is interconnected. Nothing stands alone. The universe does not make mistakes, and you are here today by design, predicated off your past, your present, and therefore you can infer your future given those two symbiotic relationships. If you're in the chat right now, do me a favor, shout your country out. I am going to come right back to you in about 30 seconds. For everybody just getting set up, let me tell you something. We got a few resources for you. bossofbitcoin.com. You go to bossofbitcoin.com right now. You see my man on the left-hand side, right-hand side, suited and booted, in the red, white, and blue, looking like the American dream. They said it's a hard job being a boss, but somebody got to do it. We got the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. 24,000 of my best friends come together 7 days a week to help each other stay empowered and profit in the marketplace. You don't need, $9.95 for a Udemy course. This ain't no pump and dump group. This is fractal harmonics, collective conscious, and a community coming together to empower the masses, right? It started with an idea and just a belief, and now we got 20,000 people all over the world making money. Like I said, I don't want to be the only crypto millionaire out there from the 7 to 77. I want 1 million millionaires behind me. You know what I'm saying? So we can be a little bit better off as a people. Real quick before I roll this thing on out, I do like to try to get a little FaceTime in. Let me check how I look. Bam. One of the things I try to do, you guys, with all sincerity, is let you all know that, #1, it's not impossible to win in the stock market. It's really not. It's really not. A lot of this stuff is just psychology and cycles, right? And ultimately, what we've been able to do with the Boss Method in 77.7 is predicate those cycles based on the past, right? Humans don't have money. If you are watching this video right now and you are trading your time for an hourly wage and a 401k and a paycheck that come once every 2 weeks with healthcare benefits, you don't have any money by all definitions of the word, right? People that are subjected to trade their time for money by systematic design never have enough money because you never have enough time. You know what I'm saying? And so what we do is we use the boss method to say, okay, if banks have all the money, if hedge funds have all the money, if Wall Street has all the money, then let them be the 77. Let them be the 231. We'll be the 7. We can never lose. When the 7's above the 77, we never lose. We ride that 7 up, we ride it down, give it back to them, let them sell it to each other, and we keep winning. It's just that easy to get paid. This is my sincerest intent, my sincerest passion. I'm building out software, methodologies, frameworks. I'm expanding this stuff behind the scenes every day. I'm talking to somebody around the world to build this stuff out. So if you appreciate that, do me 2 things right now. Hit the like button. That helps me. It helps all of our community members see this, and then also share this video, right? Copy and paste the URL, text it to somebody you care about. Each one, reach one, teach one. And together, you know what I'm saying? We go bring some of that money back to where it needs to be, right? That being said, let's go back to the people, to see who we got rocking out with the boss right now. Cryptopolis report, 10 coins that'll change the future, $35 dream team. If you just getting set up in crypto, guys, I forgot to talk about these coins, but these are 2 lists that I designed with the mods in the community that ultimately will help you streamline your path to success. I think Cryptopolis is an amazing technology based report, and the dream team, is hands down the bargain basement for crypto trading. So let's do it. Roll call. Hartford, Connecticut, Michael Ranger, what's going on? Texas, San Fran, they said they boss walking on the West Coast. Florida, Australia, Mr. 305 holding it down for South Beach, Las Vegas. In the house, Sin City 702, what it do? Canada 2 times. Back-to-back, Mexico, Viva to the fam. Jorge, boss. Pensacola, Florida, Morocco, Utah, is big in the building. Let's do one more. Who do we got? Who do we got? Texas. 2 times. And Alaska. Puerto Rico. What's going on? That being said, guys, it's that time of the day. Signing out. This is the boss, boy BK, no matter where you stay. From Brazil to the Bay in California. All the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Make sure you share this video. Give me a thumbs up button. It helps us out. I don't monetize the video. I got really mad one time when I saw one of them crypto clowns put a BitConnect commercial on top of my videos. I said never again. So I turned the ads off. So, you know, I rely on the people to help get the word out and bring other people to help get the word out and bring other people to help get the word out. You know, each one, reach one, teach one. We will make a difference, and we have already. Till we meet again. Stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.